okay, so you're sick and tired of this family member who's constantly toxic, who constantly is chatting shit, who's constantly just in your face, and you're like, you know what, I can't do it anymore. I just cannot with the toxicity anymore. This is how you cut them off. So the first approach, this is a more grown and mature approach where you pull the person for a conversation. You kind of just let them know that, listen, you know, this behavior cannot go on, blah blah blah, and just have a conversation with them. Let them know how their behavior makes you feel. Let them know that, you know, they've upset you or whatever the case may be. And then you kind of be like, yeah, so, you know, due to this, I say we just go our separate ways. Hear what they've got to say, you know, and that way you kind of like separate in good terms, on good terms, right? As opposed to it being a messy sort of argument. Like, just because you're not talking to someone anymore, it doesn't mean that it's beef. It doesn't have to be beef. You can just be like, you know what, I recognize that this person isn't for me. Like, where I'm trying to go in life, this person cannot go with me. Not everyone can go. Not everyone can go with you. So you've kind of just got to be like, you know what, you've got to make an informed decision and be like, you know what, this person can't go with me, so I just have to make that decision. So have that conversation. If you feel brave enough, you feel like, you know what, yeah, I want to have the conversation, by all means have that conversation. But if you're like, you know what, because you've got some toxic people, yeah, they're unapproachable. Like, you cannot approach them for anything. They're argumentative about everything. So if you don't want to be drained, like if you don't want to be drained, you don't want to, you just don't want to go through the emotional roller coaster with them, because it will burn you out. Like, toxic people will burn you out. So if you know that, you know what, I don't want to deal with this, I don't want to do this, then the next approach I would say is the gradual approach. So it's like, you're not fully ghosting, but you're starting to like disappear a little bit, yeah? Where it's like, you take a little longer to respond to their message. You take a little longer to call them back. If there's someone who they think, like, if they're aware, then they're gonna start to get the message. But you've got people, they're just not aware. Some people are just not aware like that. Some people are not wired like that. So you might have to actually spell it out for them. Or you might just have to like ghost them. So, but I would say, you know, take some gradual steps and whatever, like start to not show up for them more, and like, just, you're not showing up for them. You're not really answering their calls like that. You're not really being around them like that anymore. They're starting to see less and less of you. That's the gradual approach. And then you've got like the ultimate savage approach, and that's literally to just ghost them, where it's like, listen, I'm not even trying to have a conversation, I'm not trying to do this whole gradual thing, I'm just trying to lock them off. Then if that works for you, then by all means just ghost. Go about your life, go about, you know, your plans, go about what you're doing without the conversation. Because at times it's like, you've got some people that genuinely don't listen. You've got people that genuinely don't listen. You've got people that genuinely don't even want to hear what you've got to say, for real. So you've kind of got to think as well. Is having the conversation worth it? Is it worth your time? Is it worth your energy? Do you feel like it's going to be a back and forth thing? Are you trying to do a back and forth thing? If not, just say your deuces, say your peace, and keep it going. Yeah, so with the ghosting, you're not gonna answer to any messages. You're not gonna respond to them ever. You're not gonna call them ever. Like, if you want to block them, you can block them, whatever. However, with this approach, don't forget that there's always family functions. So you might see them at a family function. Be ready for that conversation, because they will ask you. They will ask you, and they're so brazy as well. Like, a lot of these toxic people, they're brazy. Like, they'll be like, oh, what happened? Like, oh, you don't call me anymore. You don't text me anymore. Oh, I call you, you don't answer. Like, they will always say something to try to spark anger from you. Like, to try to spark an argument or whatever the case may be. Like, that's just how toxic people can be. That's just how they are. So you just need to bear that in mind, that even if you do ghost them, there's gonna be a birthday party, a baby shower, a funeral, whatever, where you're gonna bump into these people. So just bear that in mind. Even though you're ghosting, just know that you cannot ghost forever. And not just that, take into consideration the emotional effects that can cause when you ghost somebody else. If you feel like, you know what, right now I'm my own priority, then hey, by all means, ghost them. But yeah, so that's how you cut off a toxic family member. If you enjoyed this video, click that subscription button, click that like button if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.